organic, unpredictable, unknown, lovely, beautiful, a sense of fulfillment. This is part of the pleasures of life and not the chores of life.
Coming up on Daily Iowan TV.
Find out how Girl Scouts sell these cookies to these students.
And winter not over, more snow seems on the way on Tuesday. We'll tell you all about that in weather.
And in sports, Barron speaks, records fall, a whole lot more.
That's all coming your way next.
Daily Iowan TV starts now.
I'm Tom Brokaw. For more than 100 years now, the University of Iowa community has been waking up to the Daily Iowan. Today, it's the largest newsroom in eastern Iowa. And now you can see the news every night on Daily Iowan TV and get it anytime worldwide at dailyiowan.com.
Thanks for tuning into your Monday edition of Daily Iowan TV. I'm Alyssa Bergamini.
And I'm Stefan Duran. But before we get started, we would like to wish the University of Iowa a happy 166th birthday.
Sequestration is coming on March 1st. The latest fiscal scare is scheduled to take effect with some federally funded programs looking at looming budget cuts. On Monday, the White House released state-by-state reports on the matter. In Iowa, a number of fields would be affected, including a potential loss of teacher and aide jobs, as well as funding cuts in student support, environmental protection, and health care. Now, that list isn't everything, because at the University of Iowa, research institutions are especially dreading the sequestration. Edwin Stone, the school's director for the Institution of Vision Research, told the Daily Iowan last week that, quote, research isn't something you can turn off for a few months and turn back on. What took 2 months to destroy can take 3-4 years to build back, end quote.
Looking to get your hands on some Thin Mints or peanut butter patties? Well, now's the time. Daily Iowan TV reporter Logan Edwards talked to the Girl Scouts of Iowa City about how a college campus can help their sales.
It's that time of the year again. Girl Scouts are selling their famous Girl Scout cookies, and college students are eager to buy.
I'm looking to buy Girl Scout cookies. They're about everywhere. I just need to get some cash and eventually get them after class someday.
Cute little girls carrying signs. They're like, blah, 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 blah. Will you buy some cookies?
Last year, I bought a whole bunch of Girl Scout cookies, and I think it's something that college students really like.
And one local troop leader says that being close to a college campus helps Girl Scouts sell even more of these.
Just the sheer traffic. There are so many students at the University of Iowa that, even if only 1 out of 10 who passes by buys a box of cookies, that's still a lot of traffic for us.
And they market these cookies in a variety of ways, one being through good old-fashioned girl power.
We make really cool signs and then we get to wave them around.
But they also get the word out through teaming up with University of Iowa organizations such as Women in Business.
They sold about 150 boxes in a 4-hour period, so that sounds pretty good to me. I don't know what the average is, but I thought that was pretty good.
Girl Scouts in eastern Iowa sold over 2 billion boxes of cookies in 2012 and hope that students will continue to contribute to that number each year.
COOKIES.
Logan Edwards, Daily Iowan TV.
The Girl Scouts will continue to sell cookies through March 17th. Log on to www.girlscouts.org and type in Iowa City's code to find cookies near you.
And a new title titled The Eating Disorders Awareness Advocate Program is launching this week behind Eating Disorder Awareness Week. The creator of the overall program told the Daily Iowan she began the project because eating disorders are common on college campuses. The overall goal of the Eating Disorders Awareness Advocate Plan is to promote the idea of a positive and healthy body image for students.
The University of Iowa Foundation is optimistic about future fundraising efforts because of national trends. Even though the UI raised less money in 2012 than in 2011, the overall number of donors increased both for the University of Iowa and the country. Iowa's drop-off in fundraising wasn't too steep, just more than $10 million in difference, and both numbers were higher than the approximately $191 million raised in 2010. The good news for all universities across the United States is that the national contributions were up more than 2% in 2012. The University of Iowa speculates the variety of donors will continue to increase as more baby boomers retire and feel financially secure enough to donate some of their savings. And coming up on Daily Iowan TV, how the Johnson County Crisis Center is using Mandarin Chinese to help some local residents in need.
And in sports, our Monday evening whip-around crew out in the fields and ready to go.
But first, we'll go to our weather woman, Megan Ticknor. And Megan, there's some snow on the way, but students and Iowa City residents had a nice day on Monday.
Monday was beautiful, for winter at least. Pedestrians especially appreciated a day with calm wind and highs in the 40s. Some were even able to exercise outside, and feet were likely wet since a lot of snow was melting. However, Monday was a bit of a tease. It looks like more snow will be on the ground in Iowa City starting on Tuesday. In the morning, highs will be hovering around freezing with snow at least 70% likely. In the afternoon, that chance of snow moves up to 80% before probably freezing over Tuesday night with lows in the 20s. Taking a look at the extended forecast, snow could continue into Wednesday, although overall total of the storm shouldn't be more than 6 inches. A cloudy weekend is to be expected beginning on Thursday, and if you're planning on going out Friday, Saturday, or Sunday, make sure to bring a coat. Overnight lows are to be in the teens. Well, that's a look at your extended Iowa City forecast. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thanks, Megan. The Johnson County Crisis Center will soon speak Chinese. The center is currently training 12 volunteers to speak in Mandarin Chinese with those in the community who seek help, but may not feel comfortable in a non-native language. Mandarin was chosen after an assessment of what needs could be addressed by the center. This form of Chinese was also picked because someone in the center believe it will raise the center's local awareness in both the Iowa City and UI communities. The program will officially begin in April or in May.
Now let's zoom out from the state of Iowa for a look at some national news. The United States will officially drop the use of the word Negro on census forms in surveys beginning in 2014. Used for more than 100 years on official government forms, members of the Census Bureau said they had received complaints about the term being, quote, offensive and outdated, end quote. All officially census surveys will now use the terms Black or African American in regards to Black Americans.
And the year's biggest night in United States film took place Sunday with the Ben Affleck directed Argo taking home the Oscars' top prize of Best Picture. The 85th edition of the ceremony was hosted by Seth MacFarlane and wasn't dominated by any movie in particular, with the 4 top acting categories, Best Director and Picture, all awarded to separate films. The lasting moment of the night came by mistake, though. Best Actress winner Jennifer Lawrence tripped and fell on her way to accepting her award for Silver Lining Playbook. The 22-year-old laughed it off by saying the only reason the crowd was giving her a standing ovation is because she tripped up. Stefan, I don't know if you saw it or not, but honestly, if I was wearing that dress, I probably would have tripped up the stairs too.
Well, it's a good thing you don't have to wear that dress here. Well, one person who rarely stumbles is our eloquent anchor, Annie Costable, who's in the Daily Iowan TV sports studio for your Monday dose of Hawkeye Athletics.
What a weekend in Hawkeye sports, and with that, we welcome you back to the Daily Iowan TV sports studio. A lot to get to on this Monday edition of the program, including an update on a number of Hawkeye sports. But we start today's show with an update on a team whose season of disappointment has spiraled into an off-season of disarray with a number of assistant coaches leaving the program. Iowa head football coach Kirk Ferentz addressed the media late last week on the changes and, in typical Kirk Ferentz fashion, the 14-year vet coolly and calmly made clear his stance moving forward.
Well, we've had our ups and downs, like probably most teams. Again, if you look at things in 5-year blocks or whatever, most teams go up a little bit and they go down. And certainly our goal each and every year is to be in contention for the Big Ten championship when November comes around. That's our goal.
While Ferentz may be seeing some changes on his Hawkeye sideline, several Iowa swimming records will need to be changed in the record books as well after this weekend. 2 school records had already fallen in the Twin Cities during the Big Ten Swimming and Diving Championships late last week. And after this weekend, we have a third to report. Junior Emily Seaman touched the wall at a time of 1 minute 56.49 seconds, resetting the school record in the 200-meter backstroke. The Hawks placed 10th in the overall team competition at the event. Wrestling also in Minnesota over the weekend, and well, not the greatest trip for our coach brands and the company. The nationally ranked number 2 Hawks limped back to Iowa, falling in 2 of their 3 contests at the national duels. Be sure to catch a complete breakdown of the duels with our wrestling insider Cody Goodwin tomorrow night. Again, a lot more on the national duels tomorrow. As for now, a staple of the Monday evening program, our Monday evening whip around. With that in mind, we'll toss it to Daily Iowan TV Sports' Chelsea Brown to kick things off. Chelsea?
Hey guys, and welcome back to your Monday evening of whip around. To start off, the Iowa Hawkeye baseball team traveled to Texas to compete in the Cleburne Bank College Classic. In their first game, the Hawkeyes were able to hang, but were unable to take a victory over number 14 ranked Oklahoma. In their next 2 games, however, the Iowa Hawkeyes were able to take a win, both wins over New Mexico in a 6-2 victory, and a win over Texas A&M Corpus Christi in a 4-2 win. You can catch more of your Iowa Hawkeye baseball team starting March 1st as they battle against Eastern Michigan, headed to Kansas. That's all I have for you guys here. Now we'll turn it over to Alicia Denez with more updates at Carver Hawkeye Arena.
Thanks, Chelsea. The women's basketball team headed south on Sunday to face off against the Cornhuskers, who are ranked 24th in the nation. They started off a little shaky, finishing the half 29-20. They came out stronger in the second, getting the game to within 2 points, but Nebraska just ended up slowly pulling away, finishing with a win 66-46. Their next game is here Thursday at Carver Hawkeye Arena versus Indiana. Now I'll toss it to Kate to hear about how the track teams did this weekend.
Thanks, Alicia. The Iowa track and field teams competed this past weekend at the Big Ten Indoor Championships, and they were looking pretty good. Jordan Mullen took home the title in the 60-meter hurdle, setting a new school record with a time of 7.70. Kenesha Williams took home the bronze in the women's high jump, clearing a height of 5'9 3/4. The men finished in 7th place, while the women took 11th. The Hawks are back in action on March 2nd as they split competition between the Last Chance Ames and Notre Dame. That's all for your Monday evening edition of Whip Around. Back to you guys in the studio.
Thanks, ladies. Fantastic reporting, as always. But before we close the show tonight, we urge you to think differently with the Box Score, a new series from the mind of Ian Martin.
Cheer up, Hawk fans. While the Black and Gold's collapse in Lincoln was painful to watch, their high-flying style in Big Ten play this year has been simply showtime. Fran's squad has surpassed the 70-point plateau 7 times in Big Ten play already this season. His predecessor, Todd Licklider, rang up 70 the same amount of times in his 3 seasons with the Black and Gold. Don't look now, but Aaron White has found his form. His back-to-back 15-point performances over the past week means the Strongsville, Ohio native has scored double digits in 20 games this season. That's nearly 75% of the Hawks' 2012-2013 campaign. The Hawks' Nest pumps up the volume when their coach's head is on the line. Curious? Well, the Black and Gold are 2-0 at home on Fran McCaffrey bobblehead night. The fans in Carver will hope for more of the same this Wednesday, when the promotion for the evening versus Purdue, Fran McCaffrey bobblehead night. For the Box Score, Josh Bolander, Daily Iowan TV Sports.
Be sure to check out the full Box Score in tomorrow's sports section of the Daily Iowan. A whole lot more coming up tomorrow, but for now, back to you guys at the desk.
Thanks, Annie. And only with Daily Iowan TV can you get a sneak peek at Tuesday's edition of the Daily Iowan. A look at the first few weeks in office for new Johnson County Auditor Travis Wiper.
And read about why some are resisting legislation when it comes to Regent transparency. Well, that's your latest edition of Daily Iowan TV. Be sure to check us out tomorrow or anytime online at dailyiowan.com.
Thanks for watching and have a great night.